Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how you can create a visual like this in Excel with multiple circles. So the idea being you start from a broad category and work your way to a more narrow one. And so I'm going to delete this and start from scratch. So I'm going to start with category 1 and just put a value of 1 and add a header. And the only reason I'm doing this is so when I go to insert and creating a pie chart, Excel is going to generate something for me. So I'm going to start by getting rid of any titles, any legends, and I'm also going to format the chart area to get rid of any background colors, any borders, and I'm going to click on the chart itself and also get rid of that line right there. So now I've got just a clear, clean circle. And one tip I'll give you with working with charts is, with pie chart specifically, if you see these dividing lines in there, that tells you you've actually selected the chart itself. Versus if I click on here, I selected the chart area, not the actual chart. So I'm going to go back and select the actual chart here, and I'm going to change this to a bright red color. And what I'm going to do is set the transparency to 80%. By default, it's set to 0, but you can see by setting it to 80, I've now made it a much lighter red. And what I'm also going to do is select the chart area and set the size to 5 inches, rather than trying to make sort of eyeballing it and making the changes just by moving your mouse. You can be a bit more precise in your height and width by using these size properties here. What I'm also going to do is add a data label. So right click, add data label. By default it pulls that value of 1, but I might not necessarily want that. I may want to pull a value from the cells. So if I click on this, what I can do now is select category 1 as the label range I want to use. So now it's going to show category 1. I don't want that value, don't want any leader lines, just want to pull in that value, and then I can apply any sort of formatting. If I want to bold this, make it a bit larger, whatever the case may be. So now I've got my starting circle. So what I can do now is just do a copy and then a paste onto another one. And now what I'm going to do is set this size down to, let's say 4.5. I'm going to pull this one down here, and now you see that transparent effect playing a bit of a role now. And now if I select this circle again, now let's say I'm going to change this transparency down to maybe 70%. And so obviously you can play around with it as you like, and maybe this is still a bit too high. I can change this to 4, just so it's a bit more noticeable that it's a drop in size. And let's say I type in category 2 over here. I can go under my data label here and change the range to this cell right here. And so now I've got category 1 and category 2. And the idea being here, what I would suggest anyways, is creating sort of a template where you can reuse this over and over again. So the main thing is you'd be changing these labels. The values itself aren't going to be that important because you're looking at a full circle here. And so all I need to do the rest of the way now is just, again, copy this again. And let's say I'll create category 3, category 4. And if I go in here and again go to this range, and I'm going to select, this is value 13. So I've got category 3. Select my area again, and let's say set this to a height of 3. Pull this down here and select my chart, set the transparency to maybe, let's say 40%, so it's a bit brighter. Pull this down into here, use the white. So now we're starting to see that nice effect there. Now we're getting a bit darker. Copy it one more time, and again select the range, This time it's going to be cell 14 there. And this time, let's say maybe set the height to 2 and set the color, whoops, and see this where you want to be careful that you're selecting the actual value itself. So set this to 20%, put this category into here, white font, and now we've got that nice effect of the circles going from lighter to darker. And so as you can see, you can play around with this, and the beauty is you're really just using the one color, but by using the transparencies you can have that effect of it going from lighter to darker. And obviously you can play around with the transparencies to see which percentages work best. And yeah, that's an easy way to create this sort of effect in a chart. And my suggestion would be, just create a template and then just change these values as opposed to trying to recreate this every single time. Because once you've got something that works, you can just stick with this and use this over and over again. So that's how you can create this nice visual in Excel, and hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching.